Hello.
Hello there, Mr. Salih.
Yes, hello, Matthew.
All right, looks like we have some
Oh, Sebastian
of
here.
our customers here today.
Hello.
Sebastian,
Hello,
welcome,
hello, hello.
Sebastian.
Thank you.
There's
How
no
are you,
escape
Matthew?
now.
Look what I just why you look at me like that. Look, Matthew, this is for you. Revenge is so
What?
sweet, especially when it's served in a cold dish. For you, Matthew.
Ugh.
Hello.
All right, who all do we got here today? Oh, we got Miss Huen. How are you, Miss? How are you, Huen?
Yeah, I'm fine. Oh, you got the haircut.
Yeah, I got a haircut. Everybody noticed. I'm a little surprised. It's in wintertime my hair becomes how do I say? It becomes I'm gonna write this here. It becomes fuzzy, so I always cut it when I'm when it gets to be wintertime. I always cut it very, very, very short.
You should keep it in the winter because it give you more warm.
Yeah, but it makes me look like a wild man, so instead I just wear a cap. I'll just cover my head. That and Texas is not so cold in the winter compared to most countries.
Yeah. So you don't need it.
Yeah, not really. If it's too cold, I can just cover my head. It's no problem. Okay, looks like we already have just about a full class. We can go ahead and start. Yeah, let's go ahead and start. We have a seat for maybe one more person, and that's it. So we'll go ahead and begin. Okay, so I want to welcome everybody to my final class of the evening. It's a debate class, which I think is a very interesting topic. The debate is what is most important, country or humanity? It's a fancy way of saying sometimes when we are, and I know the Verbling chat is not necessarily working, so I will repeat words if I have to. It's okay, because I know some people can't see me type them. It's no problem.
Okay.
Of course, since I'm Verbling's local political scientist, I guess by degree, I have to. I usually do my duty of bringing these topics up. One major issue that we have a lot in social studies is the conflict between your responsibilities to your country and then maybe some sense that you also have an obligation to help really anybody, regardless of nationality. You're responsible for helping all of humanity. And these are very, very difficult feelings to have sometimes, especially as we are learning to speak a new language and coming in contact with people of other nations and backgrounds. So what I would like to do now is, I think we have our usual customers, but we also have a few new people. What we're going to do, not from right to left, we're going to go from, why not, left to right. That seems, I think, more appropriate. From right to left to right, I think we'll go ahead and, we'll go ahead and get started. I see that the chat is up, kind of. Some people say, hello, Matthew, hi. Brendan says, hi. Let's see. Okay, so I see we have some. Okay. Okay, I just want to make sure, can everybody hear my voice? Because earlier we did have,
Yes.
okay, good. Earlier we did have a connection issue, so we're going to avoid that. So let's go ahead and practice our introductions. From the leftmost to right, I would like you to introduce yourself, say your home country, and say one thing that you are proud of your country. One thing about your country that you are very proud of. Let's begin with Mr. Aladdin. Are you there? Are you Mr. Aladdin, are you there? Nope. Not yet. Okay. Mr. Godeman, are you there, sir? Nope, lost his connection. Mr. Hussein, Haider, are you there? Nope. Haider, we cannot hear you.
Sorry. I'm
Oh,
with
now we can. Perfect. So, tell us your name, your country, and one thing about your country that you are very proud of.
you. My name Haider Hussein Abdullah, from Iraq, Baghdad. Baghdad. I'm a medical student. A medical student. I'm proud. You ask about the character or anything. I'm proud in my country. The citizen is friendly. Is friendly. We can make friend or with. You can make friend if you come in Iraq. Um, the education is for free. This is most important one, important thing in Iraq. You can enter college for free, and يعني, the country is responsible for the is carry the responsibility for the education in Iraq. That's all.
Wonderful. I think that is a really important thing. I did not know that in Iraq attending even the university is free. That's fantastic. That's definitely something to be proud of. Yes, and I think maybe Iraq especially the Iraqi people should be very proud that even with all of the turmoil and difficulty of the last 10 years, your country is still there.
Yeah, of course, this is most important one. This is adventure, and we live, we still live.
I think so, but thank you so much for bringing that. That's a very interesting thing that I did not know. Thank you very much. Okay, so we've got. Let's go ahead and move on to Miss Huen. Huen, would you introduce yourself, your country, and then tell us. You've told us a couple of times about some things that you're not proud of your country, but tell us one thing that you are proud of. Vietnam.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Yuen. I'm from Vietnam, and the thing that makes me proud of my country, Vietnam, is that in the past we have to fight back a lot of invaders, and we won. And until now, we still have our independence.
I think that's something to be proud of. Let me think, the Chinese, the Mongols, Islamic Caliphates, the Indians, Great Britain, and then French, and then, yeah. So
United
many.
States.
I don't know what you're talking about. Just kidding. So I think Vietnam has a very impressive record of repelling invaders.
Yeah.
Okay. And Mr. Salih, how are you, sir?
How are you?
How are you? I'm doing great. Could you tell us your name, your country, and then one special thing about your country that you are very proud of?
My name is Junaid, and I live in United States in Arizona.
Yeah.
So
Where's your original country?
Oh, my original country is Iraq. And also I'm proud, as you say, that the education is free. But also, I think the humanity in Iraq is more important than the country. Yeah, because if you live in the country and you got everything free and there is no any humanity, this is not good. So I think the humanity is better. This is why I leave my country. And when I came to United States, the good thing in United States, all people, they are equal. So even you don't have the citizenship, they give you a paper, you can study, they give you financial aid. So I think if you talk about the difference between the country and humanity, I think the humanity is better, is more important than the country.
Oh, so Mr. Salih is already beginning to express his opinion that maybe a broader obligation to humanity is maybe more important. But thank you. I appreciate the compliment to my own nation. I'm very
Okay.
happy to hear that.
No problem.
Mr. Newman, are you there? Not there yet. Mr. Garacia? Not yet? Okay. What about Mr. Shlomi? Pini Shlomi? Are you there, sir?
Yes, of course.
Fantastic. Where are you from, Pini?
I'm from Israel.
You're from where?
Israel.
Israel. Wonderful. Oh, I think this is fantastic. We've got, you're my second Israeli student I've had in the past couple of days. I'm happy to have you here. Could you tell us your name, of course your country, and one thing about your country you're very proud of?
My name is Pini, and I'm from Israel, of course. And I'm proud of my independent country. We built something in some decades of
The sound is interrupted. I can't hear.
I think there's a problem in the sound.
Pini, we were having a little difficulty hearing you. Could you say again? Your connection's a little bad.
My name is Pini.
There we
You hear
go.
now?
Yes, we can.
My name is Pini, and I'm from Israel.
Hmm.
And I'm proud on my country, my independence. That we build a little country in a short time.
Ah, okay. So, Pini's proud that his nation, even though it's very small, was developed pretty fast over a short period of time. Yes, and I think regardless I do want to bring up today, even though today is a debate class, we're not debating about any specific war or if a country is good or bad. We are just trying to think if it's more important to be loyal to your country or to mankind as a species. So I do want to remind you that let us be respectful of each other, because we will all be from different nations and different cultures, maybe even countries that are in conflict with each other. Okay, that's just a careful reminder to everybody. But I'm so happy to have you here, Pini, and I definitely think so. No problem. Israel definitely, however you feel about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, Israel has developed a lot in a short period of time. That's something to be proud of. Especially your universities are considered some of the best in the world.
And high technology in
Yeah, that's right.
Israel.
Okay, and we have Mr. Sebastian Villegas. How are you, Sebastian?
Fine, thank you. And you? How are you?
Doing great. So tell us, let us know your name, your country, and where, and something you are proud about your nation.
Okay, my name is Sebastian. It is actually Sebastian Villar, and then Villegas. Two
Sorry.
last name. No, it's okay. Everyone says I don't know why Villegas. And I'm from Chile. One thing that I'm very proud of is, well, we here in Chile we have a lot of problems in the past, and yeah, Brenda, Señor Villegas, and we are a very male chauvinist. Is that correct?
Male chauvinists, yes. Male chauvinist means the mistreatment of women.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. So, in a few years ago, we have the presidential race here in Chile, and we had the first Latin American woman president elected,
Yes.
called Michelle Bachelet, and it was very impressive because actually she's also saying, she also expressed the same thing that I'm going to say, that she's agnostic in a country that is very religious. She is a woman. She is divorced. So that gives me, and I think to the people of Chile, that we are open-minded, even unconscious maybe, that we actually we are not seeing a political person or I don't know if she's a woman or she's married. No, we saw like the person, you know. So I'm very proud of that, of Michelle Bachelet, and we hope that next year she's going to be president again. Come on, we can do it.
Okay. Oh, that's right.
We
Yeah, so
can do it.
next year is the next presidential election in Chile.
Yeah, and we are we all. I mean,
Praying.
we are praying that she is coming back because now she's the president of the women, La ONU Mujeres, ONU Women.
Mhm.
I don't know how to say it. And she's like the big card of the opposition in today here in Chile. So we're like, come on, Michelle, you can do it. You can do it.
Okay. Well, I think that's something to definitely be proud of. And Tim is from South Africa, and Tim, if you wouldn't mind just saying your name, your country, and one thing about your country that you are proud of.
Yeah, I'm Tim. I live in South Africa. I'm proud of in South Africa is natural beauty.
Mm.
I'm proud of it. Actually, I think is a humanity and human dignity most important than country, because countries nothing without humanity or people. People make them important. Is I think humanity is very important in the world. In public opinion, have to pay more attention about this issue also. And we can see in the world there are a lot of problems. For instance, some regional places in Africa, also and other places in the world, there are shortage for foods or wars, something like that. Yeah, people we pay more attention this kind of situation.
Definitely, I think so. I'm happy to. We're definitely happy to have you here, and I think that's a really poetic way to say things. Poetic way to bring up this topic. Newman says that he cannot speak. He wants to just talk today. Okay, no problem. All right. So, and then I'm going to come around to some of our people who came in a little bit late. Brenda.
Hi.
Hello, Brenda. Could you introduce yourself, your country, and tell me one thing about your country you are most proud of?
Okay. First of all, I want to say that I'm here with my sister, which her name is Erika,
Ooh.
and we are from Argentina.
Hello, Erika.
And
Hi, Erica.
hi. They speak similar like me. Okay. And one thing that I am proud of my country is his solidarity. Because even when sometimes we are divided one to each other, when someone needs help, there is an Argentinian there.
Yeah. You must also proud about the Argentina soccer team.
And also in Argentina is two stuff I like very much: tango and stick. It's very famous.
And also Lionel Messi.
Lionel Messi.
Yes.
You're a fan.
Wow, I think
Yes.
Right.
Argentina soccer team.
I think we're all proud of. It sounds like we're also proud of Argentina.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and introduce Kareem. Kareem Hathout, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Please, Kareem, if you would introduce yourself, your country, and then one thing about your country that you are very proud of.
Okay. My name is Karim, and I'm from Egypt. And one of the things I'm proud of my country that I can walk freely anytime, anywhere. I can travel at this moment or anytime. And another thing I like in my nation that they are willing to help me even if they don't know me.
I think that's something definitely to be proud of both of those things, because there are many places in the world where unfortunately people cannot walk safely or anywhere they want to go, so the fact that you have that freedom is very precious.
I think you must also pride about the pyramids in Egypt.
Maybe the pyramids too?
Yeah,
Yes.
yes.
Of course,
We
the
have
historical
seven-
value.
It's
Yep.
world heritage.
Definitely. it's of important historical value, definitely.
Not for just Egypt, also for world.
Definitely. I think so, sure. And I guess that comes back to me. So I'm Matthew. I'm from the state of Texas in the United States. One thing I'm proud of my country, McDonald's. No, just kidding. I think I'm proud of my country, actually. One thing people forget in modern time is America is so young. It's it's kind of a baby country. Our history is so brief, but in that brief time, we've been able to contribute, I think, a lot to even if our government sometimes had picked a dictator, our principles or philosophy that we developed over the dignity and freedom of the individual and the right of everybody to have an equal opportunity, that it doesn't matter the content of your skin, but the color, not the color of your skin, but the content of your character, like Martin Luther King said. So I'm very happy that I'm proud that my country was the philosophical backbone that influenced modern ideas about democracy, even though democracy takes many different shapes in different forms in different countries. I'm happy that I am from the country where the first modern country where we tried this dangerous experiment, and it turned out okay. Usually.
And in this short time, America succeed to be the first country in the world. Yeah,
maybe, but then that brings us back to our debate topic tonight. As impressive as that is, and as proud as I am as an American for it, does that matter, or should we always put our country? What priorities do we have between loyalty to our country and responsibility to our country, and a responsibility to all of humanity? Because sometimes these conflict. Let's think about the times that this has a conflict before. So I'm going to open the class to volunteers. What opinions do we have on this topic right now? Before we
conflict about in U.S.
I'm sorry, what?
You said that you conflict.
No. I mean that's no. That the idea that sometimes we have a disagreement in the world. Everybody sometimes. As everybody sometimes disagrees, should I just only worry about my country, or should I worry about all countries, all of humanity? Which one?
I think now at this time,
It's hard.
yeah, I think all the countries, because sometimes if any problem happen in any part in the world, they affect your country without being your country.
There's definitely something to that.
Yeah, sometimes when problem happens in the area, like there is a lot of oils, this is affect the price in the United States. So the United States must enter to solve this problem, or to make it better. So I think, and when they make the United Nations, is better way to discuss between countries to solve all the problems.
First of all, you have to build up strong democracy and rules in your country. Then you have to help other countries. If you don't have good democracy rules and strong democracy, how you can help the other countries?
But
For example,
hold on, guys. Wait, guys. Let's let one individual speak at a time.
Let me finish. Yeah, okay, sorry. In U.S. history, if you look at in U.S. history, we come across a lot of controversial, because, for example, McCarthy is very controversial president in the U.S. history. Also, George Kennedy is very controversial in the U.S. history. But I mean, first of all, you have to be strong, make a strong rules in your country. Then you need to help the other countries.
Yes, maybe there's a point. There's maybe a point that, although to correct you on one point, Tim, McCarthy was never president. He was only a senator.
I'm sorry. You are right. You are right. I'm
Yes.
mistaken. I'm mistaken.
It's okay. It's okay. But we understand what you think. McCarthy, for those of you who don't know, he was a American politician who decided to accuse anybody who disagreed with him as being a communist. Even if, of course, none of the people he accused were ever communists. They were normal just democratic Americans. But it's a kind of a dark spot on American history that he was able to take advantage of our fear about communism to attack his enemies in the 1950s. It's kind of a sad time.
A lot of people escaped the United States. For example, do you remember, Matthew, Charlie Chaplin, for instance?
He had to leave because of McCarthy's accusation. Yep. And he couldn't get work in Hollywood. He had to retire to London. Yep, unfortunately. Just because he was just because he disagreed with Joseph McCarthy on politics. Luckily, that's not allowed to happen so much anymore. So we hear two very strong opinions already about country versus humanity. I think Salih brings up a strong point that economically, the modern economics means that every country is connected to every other country.
Yes.
And if there's a big problem in one country, naturally other nations are going to feel it. At the same part, Tim cautions us. He says, well, guys, you also need to take care of your business at home first and make sure you have strong civil society and government before you can be a cooperative international partner. Who else has an opinion on this matter before I start calling on people to answer? Anybody?
I want to say something.
Go ahead, Pini.
Once we are in a global, in a little world, and of course, which each country influence of another.
Pini, if I could interrupt, your connection is a little weak again. Could you check your microphone?
Now it's better?
Perfect. Please continue.
I said that we are in a little world and a global world, and the economy is the global. Each country influence another country. That I mean. Like the example that I don't remember who said that, and I think that's all. But we are say that famous say in Israel that first you need to don't remember the saying exactly, but it's famous that you need to check and get the need in your country, and after that you need you must take care for another people in the world. It's the priority.
We have a saying, Pini, in English that it says charity should start at home. Charity should start at home. I think is a very powerful English phrase about this.
Sorry, what is charity?
Charity begins at home. It means that you
What's
should.
the meaning of the word? Charity.
Oh, charity? Charity means taking care of your problems.
That's what I mean.
Yep, taking care of your problems, or helping others. Oh, it would say that's the number one priority. So Pini brings up a good point. Maybe we cannot address other international problems if we don't take care of home problems. So maybe country is more important. Maybe. Anybody else want to disagree or speak their own opinion before I begin to call on others? All right, I'm gonna start calling on people. Here we go. Sebastian.
Hi.
Hi, Sebastian. So what are you?
I was thinking a lot about this. I think it's a very good debate, very interesting debate, and delicate debate also. I'm agree with all the point of view that Tim and I don't know who else, Junaid, I think said that we have to, yeah, we have to begin at home, and what the word the phrase you say, we have to begin at home to fix our problems, but also how could I say this?
Take your time.
Yeah, it's not my idea of is actually, okay. I'm going to say it just for.
Go ahead.
Thank you. I think that we should. Oh, you know what? This is so hard for me to say it.
It's okay. Think of smaller words to use. You don't have to think of the big
not the word, because if I couldn't say it, I say it anyway if I'm wrong. But it's so hard, this debate, because I don't know how can I explain it. I guess I'm going to say something that I said last night to April, that we were talking about, and she asked to us, where would you change it in the world? And my answer was, I would put more tolerance and respect in the world, because and I don't want to be rude, and that's why it's complicated for me. I don't want to be rude with anyone here in the chat room and the Berblin chat, that we are all seeing what is happening in Israel, and that is awful, that people dying, and what is happening in Africa. What is happening in with the economist thing in Europe, and also here in Chile we have a situation with Peru, and this is all government stuff. You know, it's not from the people. I believe. I'm talking by myself. This is not my problem with the Peru, for example. And yesterday I was with Yuri talking about this, that we are just the same. We are like brothers, you know. She's and Brenda also. She's from Argentina, and we don't have to fight for anything. And so
we still have problems one to each other.
I'm sorry, Brenda.
That sometimes we have problems one to each other. I think that we have to change as a society to make the difference. So
exactly, we may have some different point of view or something, but we have to talk about it and to try to understand the other. And I don't know, it's so hard, because not all the people think that way. Or some people think in war, and so I think that yes, the country is very important, but we must assume right now the concept of humanity is very important. What happened in China, for example, also that we talk in one of the Lisa's classes, is so hard, and I don't know. I guess humanity for me is more is very important, and I don't know. It's so complicated. It's so hard. It's a very good debate.
No problem, Sebastian. I can understand your thought. To help with this, I'm going to introduce another English saying. I'm going to type it into the Google group chat, just because the Verbling chat's acting strange. Okay. It's an English saying, and it says, "No man is an island. No man is an island." This means, because I'm just bringing this to play devil's advocate, no man is an island. It means, for example, Tim brings up a good point. How can you help others if you don't have a strong civil society yourself? Pini brings this up too. However, what if, and just think of this, what if a country does not have the resources it needs by itself to provide itself with all of that it needs, to provide itself with a strong economy? And at any rate, if we if we have even if it's true that countries are most important, we don't have national economies anymore. We have one common global market. So even if we are separate countries, we all have to share the same open liberal economy. That it changes things a little bit, maybe. So thinking about this, maybe think what do you guys think? Yes, go ahead, Salih.
Okay, not just for economic. Of course, everyone has his own country, but we live in a big country, which is the Earth. For example,
Yeah. Wow, that's a powerful. Could you repeat that, please?
yeah,
That's beautiful.
yeah, everyone has a country, but we all live in a big country, which is the Earth. For example, not just the economic. For example, the climate. Many countries makes pollution, and that affects the climate. And the climate maybe affects all the country in the world, not just a certain world, a certain country. So, if not just for economic, we need to help each other. Many things we need to help each other.
I may agree something from what you say. No man is an island, and now that Salih said that in the 2010 we have a big earthquake here in Chile, 8.8.
Yeah.
And I remember that Brenda said that Argentina is a very good is a country with a lot of solidarity, and I totally agree with it, because I think that Argentina was the first country that actually helped us, and we have Argentina hospitals like in Carps and big Carps here, and a lot of help of a lot of countries, Venezuela, Brazil, and Hillary Clinton was here. So it was you in that moment of crisis, you can actually see the help, and that we are just one. We may call it Chile, Argentina, Bolivia, Peru, but we actually are just one, you know. So I just want to add that to the discussion.
Wow, that's a very beautiful example that you bring up. I want to see who else has a chance. Kareem, you've been a little silent so far, sir. What is your taking on all of this? What do you think?
Well, you postpone me for now.
Okay, I'll leave you alone for the moment, but I'm coming back. No problem. But I'm a little surprised. I thought this would be a little bit of an academic topic, but everybody seems to really think about this very emotionally. Pini and Tim really bring up some good points. Sebastian and Salih are bringing up an emotional point here too, and Brenda also. I think who else has an action? I know Hader says he is praying right now, so I'm going to leave him alone because he's doing his prayer. Juan, you've been a little quiet so far. What is your take on all of this as a citizen of Vietnam?
Yes, I think we should help people in other countries, but not in the way that we bring weapons to their country.
This would be explaining your position from yesterday. Should there be how should we treat the issue in Syria? And you said let the rebels and the government fight by themselves. I think not because you don't want to help people, but because you're worried that by helping the rebels we might give them weapons rather than money or food.
Yeah.
And also, sorry, can I say?
Oh, please, Tim, go ahead.
Also, we mentioned about economic aspects. Economy is very important if you look at that. And in that look, for instance, some countries have a really powerful economy. Their economy and stock exchange manipulate the other countries' economies, and if they want to make a crisis for other countries, manipulate the exchange as a currency fluctuation, and then it's a make a big problem for the other countries. We can see in the United States in the crisis, Lehman Brothers in 2008, I think.
Oh Lord, yes.
Yeah,
But that was less with currency manipulation and more with embezzlement and financial fraud.
Yeah. After 1 year, is a world in the world, a lot of job companies and factories is collapsed. Yeah, it's a big issue also. Some countries, especially stock exchanges, Wall Street is very important. London is very important. Is also Tokyo is very important. They are all stock exchange in the manipulate all the world is money traffic.
Yeah, and I think Tim brings up a good point here. In each of these cases, like with Lehman Brothers, if anybody doesn't know, was a large financial company in America that collapsed, of course, during the financial crisis. And to be honest, it was... I think this is a perfect example of selfishness. Don't you agree? Not even Lehman Brothers and companies like it, they were not even concerned with being good Americans. They just were concerned for themselves. So it's not even, for them, it's not even about country or humanity, it's just their personal... And this is not me criticizing banks. I think banks and financial companies, of course, are very necessary to run a modern economy, but there's a difference between banks like Bank of America, Chase Bank, and then Lehman Brothers, or Enron, where they collapse. So I think that's also a warning that if we have a common market, when these American financial industries collapsed, let's think about it. Did this only hurt the United States when our housing and financial markets collapsed? No. It hurt everybody. Because...
Yeah, of course, especially in the United States. Sorry.
Deeply still hurts. Oh, go ahead, Tim, sorry.
Especially in the United States, some companies collapsed, but in United States, it's one or two companies equal in the world, and one small country is economic, all economic. Exactly. Yeah, I mean in US is two company equal to one small country in the world.
Yeah, that's definitely true, and that's I guess a benefit and a curse of our economic success. But I mean, think about it. It's several years later, and even though we have begun to recover our economies internationally, we are still dealing. It's not like the 1990s when all of our economies were mostly doing okay. We are still struggling. Juan brings this up very correctly. And it requires a lot of international cooperation, I believe, since we have one common free market internationally now, for the most part. Haider, Haider's back. How are you, sir?
How are you?
All right. So what do you think?
You?
Doing great. So what do you think about this issue? Country or humanity? What matters more? What should we focus on as 21st century people?
Before I will answer this question, when you call my name, you reminded me in my teacher when he called me for a problem, for solving a problem. I will forget the question.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. No, it's okay. Sir, what the question was? What is the question? You asked me about the humanity and the country.
Yeah, which one, I mean, do you think it's most important to only consider your country or to consider the needs of all of humanity?
Of course, of all humanity. If you don't respect it's important to respect of all the humanity of the world, of course, it's not matter of your country. All the subject or all one in the world have a right to live and have to respect his his right to live as a respectful situation.
I believe someone was going to speak just now. Who was that? I heard somebody breathe. Oh, okay. Okay. Brenda, you have not had your opinion spoken yet. What is your take on all of this? I think Sebastian brought up a good example of your country's selflessness. So what is your opinion on this issue?
I think that it's going to be difficult to change us as a country, and not only Argentina, also the rest of the world.
Yeah.
But I believe that we can change. A part of me believe that we can change, and the other side said we are selfish by nature. So I don't know. This is like Seba say. This is a good debate. So I don't know.
You know, I just want to say I'm a little surprised. As a teacher, you always wonder how your students will react to a lesson topic, and I expected more of just a regular debate in today's class, but I'm very pleasantly surprised. Everybody has such an emotional response to this topic. I think in English, we would say we struck a nerve. I'm typing this in the Google group chat. Struck a nerve. Where maybe this is something that people think about often. And I'm not surprised, because the internet, it kind of, I think, connects us in a way that was different than our mom and dad's generation or generations before us. We don't just see Americans or Argentinians anymore. We see people from all over the planet, and it makes maybe it changes our sense of priority. That maybe, for example, Sebastian, right now, I know him better than most Americans, because I have a personal relationship with this young man, because I have him in my class all the time. So it's very hard for me to consider that he is less important than another American who I've never met before. You know, I think that has an effect. And at the same time,
do you feel that sometimes do you subestimate us as people?
Do I what?
Subestimate is okay.
Superestimate?
Underestimate.
Oh, underestimate?
Yes.
What do you mean, Brenda?
Okay, like this is difficult.
Try.
Yes. Okay. I'm not saying that you think that we are, for example, me and Sebastian, as Latino Americanos, we are less. You know, it's just that sometimes, just because sometimes this is what happens to me. I believe because they are Americans. This is how some people in Argentina speak. Just because they are Americans, it doesn't mean that they are powerful or they don't have fear, you know. And in this case, I wanna ask you if you sometimes you don't take, how can I explain this?
It's okay, try.
Oh, this is difficult. Sorry.
Brenda, it's okay. You're doing good. I want you to finish this sentence, though, please.
Sometimes maybe it could happen to you that you have no idea. Okay, I know that you travel for many countries, but you have no idea how we feel about the rest of the world. Maybe that is why you feel like that.
You mean is United States and American people look down on other people?
No. That is
sorry.
It's okay.
That is my example by what I feel in a point of my life.
So are you asking me if sometimes I think of if I have a specific, if I have a preconception about other people from other countries.
I don't know if that is the correct question. Maybe it's just that you don't. Okay, I know that you
Y en
travel
español,
in a
español,
lot of
¿cómo sería?
countries, but maybe unconsciously you don't realize this side of the world.
Prejudice. Prejudice.
Is it clear?
Yes, that's very clear, and I think that's a good topic to finish our last 10 minutes on. I think you're asking me this as a question, right?
I believe so. I don't know. This sounds weird.
Okay. Asking this is I think it's a good topic to bring up for our debate area, especially, I guess, even though I'm your teacher, I'm also a representative of the I'm the only representative of the United States in the class, so I think it's my responsibility.
But this is not because
with
you are
you.
from America. You are American. This is. I'm asking you this as you as a person. It's not about your country. Okay, it's not like this is because you are American. You know, no.
Well, maybe I think. For me, I think this is something I think you're right. This is maybe something every person has to go through on their own, where they balance understanding where other people come from. This goes, I think, beyond just country and humanity, but just a basic. We have in English the word empathy, an ability to actually understand, even if you've never lived someone's life, you still understand why they think some way. And it takes, I think, a lot of personal experience. For me, I'm okay sharing this with you guys. Even though I look like a typical middle-class American, I actually grew up, for American standards, very, very poor. My family lived in how you would say government, like a favela. My family lived in a government favela. That means government-sponsored housing for a long time, and we had what's called food stamps. That's government money to buy food. So for this is of course still considered, I think, luxurious compared to many developing countries, but by American standard, it meant that growing up, when I would go to school with wealthier children, it was kind of strange they would not befriend me. So because when you're like a teenager, kids worry about class and money and status so much, unfortunately. So I think that early on in my life made me, because through that whole childhood, I was always proud of my mom and dad, because my mom and dad now are very successful, because my mother finished university when I was a teenager. She went back to university and got her master's degree. She's now a teacher. And my dad got a better job, so now they have a good salary. But all of my life, from age 1 to teenage year, we lived in poverty. And I hate to admit this. It makes me feel a little ashamed, but I felt shameful. I felt embarrassed. If I were honest, well, no, not anymore. I mean, as a child. As a child. Listen, as a child, because children don't understand, I think.
Yes.
So as a child, I was always embarrassed. These days, I'm not embarrassed anymore. I'm proud, because now I understand as an adult, like, my parents are awesome, and they they kind of kick ass that they succeeded. But maybe as I lived in other countries, I always tried to understand where they come from. I'm not Korean, and I'm not Mexican, and I'm not Swedish, but I think you have to kind of struggle to find your own way to have empathy, and it's very hard. Even sometimes I can't do. Sometimes it's hard for me to do. Like, for example, a friend of mine from Russia, I could not understand why she defends her government. She's like, well, our government is still great, blah, blah, blah. And I say, I can't understand that at all. Your government is... I disagree on this issue, and this issue, and this issue, and this issue, and this policy issue. With respect, I disagree with you. So sometimes I still even struggle. I think you bringing this up, Brenda, is important because every individual, I think, if we're going to have a common humanity, has to be able to look not just beyond their country, but beyond themselves. Because even inside countries, we have a lot of division. Let's be honest. A lot of division.
Yes.
Yeah.
People need to leave their prejudgments. We need to be more objective.
Yeah, definitely. But of course, being objective is one of the hardest things you can do. I think we can all agree to that. It's very hard. Because opinions, everybody has an opinion, right? So it's very hard to control that. But one benefit, I think, living in other countries, and to be honest, I'm a very proud American. I may be very open-minded to other cultures. I've lived overseas, but just like Brenda will always probably be a proud Argentinian, I'm unashamedly proud as an American. I'm proud of my government, my country's accomplishments, just like Tim is proud, I'm sure, of South Africa's accomplishments. Hader is proud of everything Iraq has overcome. I always will be, but I think that we have to find a way that I can be proud of my nation and also understand that my nation is just one small part of humanity.
Yeah, actually, of course, everybody, I think, proud of their countries, but I'm proud of my countries. But if in my country some governors, senators, or in the history make a corruption or something like that, I am not support this. I'm criticizing it very strongly.
Yeah, luckily in my country, some people say it's a terrible tradition, but I think it's great. The one great political tradition America has given the world is, 1, the right to protest, and 2, the right to argue a lot. And Americans are very, very good at doing both. Always arguing. So that's why I like the fact that, and that's something I'm very proud of, because in many countries, people, they will not debate because it's considered, oh, you're debating against the government, you don't love this country. But in America, we have a saying, we say, dissent is patriotic. Dissent is patriotic. Disagreeing is patriotic. Your ability to disagree peacefully and argue is considered something that's very, very American. So actually, if ever I disagreed with President Barack Obama or President George W. Bush on something, it's not considered I'm unpatriotic. It's considered I'm very, very American. And that's something I guess I am proud of.
Yeah. Sorry, Matthew.
What's up?
Yeah, last one. But okay, what about John Lennon? What about John Lennon? Do you remember the John Lennon? He died in New York.
Tim, are we going into assassination conspiracies? Because I don't know anything beyond that. He's a British guy that got killed, and he had a Japanese girlfriend.
Yeah,
that's all I know.
Okay,
I have to be honest with you. I'm sorry, buddy. I really don't know.
He against the government. He against the government. He explains in there.
But I'm pretty sure Tim, he got killed by a madman, if I'm correct. Let's be a little bit more realistic. The one thing we gotta remember, guys, is, and this isn't me necessarily being the man or whatever, but one thing we have to realize, or remember, is a lot of our countries, South Africa included, Iraq, the United States, a lot of people shed blood for us to have these rights, I guess. And we have to be careful, one, I think not be ashamed or afraid to speak our minds or our opinions. And 2, not be able to look past our, not be blinded by our nationalism or our political beliefs to reach out and touch our common humanity. It's a hard topic, but whenever I look at you guys, and I look at Tim from South Africa, Sebastian from Chile, Pini from Israel, me from Texas, United States, I have Kareem over in the Middle East. I've got Salih over in Arizona, but originally not. I've got Hoen over in Vietnam. I've got Hader, and I've got Brenda. 9 different countries represented there, and I think that's pretty amazing.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I have some hope that we as a community of nations can improve. Believe it or not, wow, guys, this was a very, I think, emotional but beautiful debate today. So I want to give everybody a lot of credit. This was one of my favorite classes, to be honest. I was so happy to have all of you here. I do want to free you because next we have Sports Matthew is covering a really fun games class that I want you guys to go to, like now. So I'm going to free you up, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I should let you know, tomorrow I'm driving to Austin, the capital city of Texas. I will have classes. But they may be at different times, so just look at the schedule.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Okay.
I'll see you then. Bye-bye.